can't be in something that where Mr. Bitcoin is about to go down big. I would not touch crypto in a million years. These people who own these things should not own them. They shouldn't own them. I do think you're an idiot. Okay?
All right, look what we have here. We have Cramer coming out and saying, of course, as always, that he's bearish on Bitcoin. And he's expecting that Mr. Bitcoin is going to fall big time. And is that really going to be the case? Because, let's face it, October, Pumptober, Uptober hasn't really lived up to the hype as we were expecting. But let's not forget, a lot of things are happening right now. And I'm going to be giving you guys my personal opinion on what I can see happening. Are we about to see a massive correction? And are we going to see ever a Bitcoin bull run really happen? So let's discuss that. As always, just a quick disclaimer that anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So if we're looking at it on the hourly time frame, we're seeing a little bit of minor green across the board, but let's take a look at it on the daily time frame. Some massive red across the board. Weekly time frame, a lot of red across the board right now. Every altcoin you're holding, whether it's Solana, whether it's Gala, Cardano, XRD, Bitcoin Cash, Caspa, you name it, majority of the altcoins right now are down. And the reason as to why this is the case is because there is a lot of uncertainty in the markets right now. Yes, we did start off with such a hype. A lot of people were excited. A lot of people were anticipating that, this is going to be a great month because historically speaking, yes, October is really bullish for the markets. But let's not forget, there is a lot of things happening around the world. There's a war that is taking place. My prayers go out to all the people out there. But guys, that is globally, that it can impact the global structure of the finance markets. That is something not we should be taking as a grain of salt, because that is really, really serious. And, that can have a massive impact on the price of Bitcoin. And, we will see how things evolve. So that is what people are really discussing right now, that, that is going to cause a massive, massive bear market. Once again, we're going to see Bitcoin crash. And is that the case? We will see what happens. Let's see how this entire situation, evolves. Excuse me. But, scary to say the least. But one thing I want you guys to be paying attention to is the Bitcoin halvening. 162 days away for Bitcoin halvening to take place. Sure, Bitcoin could see a retest back down to lower levels, especially if we hear some more bearish announcements coming about. So we've seen that UK announcement, which is quite bearish, where they're going and stopping exchanges to have their citizens trade on. That is causing a lot of panic. But as far as Cramer announcement goes, guys, usually, we do say whenever he comes out and says, at the end of the day, that's his own opinion. But whenever he comes out and makes a statement that, Bitcoin is about to crash and the crypto market is about to crash, usually that's a buy signal. But right now, we should not be ignoring all the other things that are revolving around the crypto space. Forget about Cramer saying Bitcoin going up or down. Let's take a look at what's happening with BTC. Despite the massive uncertainty, we're still seeing Bitcoin holding at the support level at this $27,458. We know that is a level of support for BTC, and of course it has played out for us since the month of October has pretty much started. We haven't really seen the price hold within the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level, and we've seen continuous downwards trend forming. But what's really holding it is this level of support, which was of course a level of resistance as we were going towards the upside. So that's what's happening with BTC. But now let's say this support were to be lost, what happens with Bitcoin? If this were to be lost, we will see Bitcoin hovering back to $26,000 and potentially retesting the $25,000 wick, which how important that is. I've said this countless of times. Now, if this support line is lost, then $22,000 Bitcoin could be on the table in the near future. So that is what people are thinking. Some people are saying $10,000 Bitcoin. I don't think that's likely. Some people are comparing this to COVID. When COVID started, people are saying, we might see the war that's taking place really impact the price of Bitcoin along with the traditional markets. We are heading into a recession. People are saying, some are saying that we're already in a recession. But, depending on how you look at it, because, the housing market, if you're looking at it in North America, is absolutely absurd. People are living paycheck to paycheck, can't afford anything, and the house market is going crazy. So there's a lot of factors that we need to look at. But as far as Bitcoin is concerned, we will see what happens, but this is what would be the scenario. But remember, Bitcoin halving is still coming. Institutions, I think, are smiling right now. BitRock, when the BitRock is looking at these comments coming in, people turning bearish all of a sudden, generally speaking, we tend to see the reversal happening as we do see more and more shorts piling up, more and more people thinking the price is going to go down. That's where whales come and manipulate the markets. And could we see that happen? Could we see BTC pumping up to $28,700 mark? Potentially, we could see an opposite thing occurring. So, these are some factors I need to keep. I want you guys to keep in mind. I think 2024 will be a great year for crypto. Again, that's my own personal opinion. I think it will be a great year for crypto. Some people are starting to lose hope, thinking, we will never see a great bull market again because institutions are coming in. Those great, exciting times of crypto is gone. But remember, guys, we've been through this exact same situation before in the past. When people start fearing like this is where big players and sophisticated investors really like diving in. So if we're looking at the crypto markets, as far as the entire market cap goes, you can see we've been pretty much hovering around this $1.5 trillion market cap for the price of Bitcoin. For the entire crypto market valuation pretty much since August. You guys can see we've been pretty much holding it around here, and we do have a lot of support around this range, and we could potentially go down to this $973 billion market cap support line. If this were to be lost, it is scary. If this support line were to be broken, this could be scary because, last time we were below this was back in March of this year. So these are some factors we need to keep in mind. So far, the overall market cap is holding around these levels. We've been pretty much supported by this countless of times, but we will see what happens. Dominance is pretty much picking up though. Bitcoin dominance, we are about to see Bitcoin dominance hitting some new yearly highs very, very closely. So these are some factors we do need to keep in mind. This can hurt altcoins if dominance moves up. Of course, if dominance moves up, it means uncertainty in Bitcoin and overall the markets, and that's why dominance tends to go up, and altcoins do generally get hit harder. So these are some factors we need to keep in mind right now. Of course, a lot of fear right now, but I'm looking at it from this type of way. I think if more and more shorts do get piled up, I think the opposite potentially will happen. But as far as the longer term time frame goes, especially Q4 of this year, it's really going to be interesting to see how this war takes proceeds. Hopefully it ends, guys. Hopefully we do come up with some peace, man. Like, I hate seeing people not being in peace, and it just breaks my heart, to be honest. Like, I want everyone to be in peace. Like, why can't we ever have peace in the world for once in our lifetime? Because, guys, at the end of the day, we're all human beings, and it's really, really hard to see people suffering. But we will see what happens. I will keep you guys updated, of course, as always. If anything were to happen. Thank you for all your support. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Let me know your take on this. And with that said, I will see you tomorrow in Crypto.